up gold. Yeah, we finally got the tines on. And then these 3 sections up here. Welcome back. My name is Michael, and this is the Providing Garden. And join us on our journey as we start from a small-time gardener to a large-time farmer. If you're new here, we originally started this garden last year as we had to move into my mother's house because I was stricken with a couple different illnesses that have now changed my life forever. In the pursuit of trying to be healthier and find different hobbies that didn't put me back days and weeks, meaning I do an activity, it declines my health, I either end up in the hospital or I end up in bed for 3 days. So in the pursuit of that, we decided to start gardening again. We did garden at a previous location we used to live at. It was really small. In comparison, it was honestly probably about that size, maybe a little bit bigger. We grew just a few things, and then when we lost everything and lived here with my mom, she had the land to do so, especially with this vacant lot next door that we've been mowing for the last 10 years. And so we decided to go back to gardening. And now, this year, a year later, we've decided to extend our operations, make a little bit more money selling the produce to you guys, so you guys can enjoy organic produce at an affordable cost. And also we eat the food as well. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Now you may be thinking, well, if you needed lower activity, why gardening? Good question. If we're gonna be frank, I do a lot of the day-to-day operations, but my wife is actually the one that does a lot of the grunt work, except for the rototilling. I did do that. I took the risk, set myself back a few days on that. That's okay. But she does the grunt of the work. You know, she keeps up on it. Any of the watering, she kind of keeps up on it. My kids will help pitch in wherever they can pitch in at. And when it comes to harvesting, she actually does a lot of that work. And then we recruit people if they want to help, and that's kind of how we do that. So I do apologize in advance. This video is going to be a little bit all over the place. It probably will be like that the next couple videos that we put out, just because we're still really early in the season and there ain't a whole lot to do. We've done already tilled up ground, planted our cool season stuff, for most of it at least, and we've kind of, you know, it's now beginning of April when I'm making this, and so we can't really plant anything until May, at least not of the bulk of the other stuff. But we have probably about 40 different things that we're growing this year. All are edible. All the rest of the stuff is just kind of like miscellaneous things and flowers and stuff like that we also are planning to sell this year. But I don't really count that as edible or things. It is revenue making, but it's not the good stuff that you guys want to eat. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. And like I said, apologize in advance. This one's going to kind of be all over the place. But welcome to our garden. Going to pick up a very sacred commodity very shortly. Find out what it is. That's right. We went and picked up gold. I'm learning that rototillers are a sacred commodity. Yeah, we finally got the tines on. We got the wheels and got the handlebars all on. Now we just got to finish putting that thing in and attach some other couple things, I think. I'm not sure. I'm learning as I go. And then we're good to go. And now we have a full operating tiller. Started on the second floor. At least for us. This is the Champion 22-inch expo. Well guys, we got the first pass done all the way around. This year's garden is going from, this spot right here was 500 square feet with the little potato patch that we had, and now we're expanding, and all this property is about 3,400 square foot we're tilling up. That's going to be our garden, and we're about to have 46 different varieties of things growing in it. I think about 40 of them we can actually eat. We plan on selling, consuming with our family, things like that. We're almost done. 3,500 square foot, about a quarter acre. Rototiller's way back there, did a pretty good job. We got this little square up here to finish, and then we got to harrow the rest of it to level it out. So let's see how this works. Took the tines off so I don't have to worry about tilling again. And then we got a chain hooked up. We got your little DIY harrow going on, so let's see how well this works. Buddy, day 2 of finishing the property here. Ended up buying a new rake so that way we could fill in all these trenches and stuff the tiller left, so that way we have a flat planting surface to plant on once we get our planter. No, we don't have a tractor planter, which would be quite nice to have actually, especially since there's a lot of back-breaking work doing this size by hand basically. But if you're not familiar with it, we're actually getting one of those Jang JP1 seeders, so that way we can have a little bit better accuracy, and also don't mind the wind if you hear it in the video. It's a lot colder out today. I think it was like 50 or 60 yesterday, and I think 50 actually. It wasn't that warm. Today it's like 30, and we got like a little bit of rain drizzles mixed with snow today. But yeah, we're about halfway done. I started doing this, didn't film it, but we started doing some of this, and we got this whole, almost this whole front half done, and then we still have this whole back end to go. But it's actually going pretty quick because I'm not making anything perfect. We're just, let's see here if I can find it. We're just filling in like these big divots that the tiller left behind. And then scraping off all the top layer of dead weeds and grass, because we really don't want them growing up. This property's been vacant for like 10 years, so there's a pretty strong weed bed going on here on this property. So we just always take the top layer off, and whatever's underneath will just die and be used with organic material, which helps the soil. So that's just kind of how we do it on this, and it helps minimize the amount of weeds that we have regrow, because believe it or not, we've actually had some of the dead grass eventually grow back into the ground and regrow. So weeds are like indestructible. They're like cockroaches. So we're gonna get to it and continue. I'm terrible with the camera thing. I apologize, guys. And we're gonna continue doing the rest of this property, and we'll be done. We already drag harrowed all of it once. Judging by how this looks, I don't think I'm gonna have to do it again. And then we just gotta wait on the seeder, and we'll be able to start seeding. We got about 46 different things we're planting here in this property. A lot of this whole back section is just gonna be all corn, beans, and melons. So let's get after it. So last year I put it in this little birdhouse. It's got a watering spot on it. It's got feeders, and we usually add other ones too when it's actually warm out. And then this is a little 2-room apartment that I built for them. And then a nice little platform for all the squirrels, and we put extra food up there. But anyways, this is the property. It was just a vacant lot that we've maintained for 10 years, and I decided to turn it into a garden versus mowed all the time. Make it into something productive, I guess. And like I said, nice little kitty home for when he's outside. He's got somewhere out of the elements. And then, yeah, all this was all messed up and divots and everything else everywhere, and took the nice big landscape rake and leveled it all out, made it all smooth, and got rid of the clumps and all the extra top grass, and now we're ready to rock and roll. That stuff right there has been there since last year. It's my mom's Brussels sprouts that are going to regrow once it gets a little bit warmer out, but they survive through hard frost, so they got to just stay there. So they're already starting to regrow some green on them. And yeah, so that was that. A lot of work. If you enjoyed this channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more. Thank you for watching.